Assalamualaikum, my name is Fatin Hamnani. Do you guys know about inflation? Inflation means rising the prices for most of the goods and services such as house, clothes, food, and oil. There are several ways to measure inflation. First, through the gross domestic product (GDP) deflator. Second, through the Consumer Price Index (CPI) indicator. CPI measures the price change of a group of consumer products. In short, the GDP deflator is used for large scale and the CPI indicator used to measure small scale. 6 types of inflation is creeping, walking, running, galloping, hyperinflation, and stagflation. 3 causes of inflation is demand pull inflation, cost push inflation, and monetary inflation. effect of inflation can be positive and negative. It has two types, which is anticipated and unanticipated inflation. Anticipated is people are more or less prepared for, and unanticipated means that inflation comes as surprise and we do not expect that it will come at that time. Measure of inflation have three types. Number one is contractionary fiscal policy. How? First is decrease in government expenditure and increase in taxes. Second is contractionary monetary policy. And the last one is direct control.
Current macroeconomic problem. This has become very hot issue in Malaysia after government implements the Goods and Service GST during facing COVID-19 pandemic. Malaysian people itself that feel that this GST implementation causing negative impact on society and causing inflation as our country is highly dependable on domestic consumption. By increasing the price level, the production of goods and services exported might be lost the competitive among investors as well. However, uncontrolled inflation can lead to severe recession. How to overcome this problem? Government can use this measure to control the inflation in our country. The measure is contractionary monetary policy. There are three main tools to carry out the contractionary policy. First, increase the interest rate through on the central bank. Second, increase reserve requirements on the amount of money banks are legally required to keep on hand to cover withdrawals. 3. Directly or indirectly reduce the money supply by enacting policy that encourage the reduction of the money supplies.
Is when workers are jobless and looking for work in a healthy economy. It doesn't matter if they leave voluntarily or are fired.
everyone, my name is Kalisha. Economists always think that demand and supply can be explained everything in the universal. But how about unemployment? Is that can be explained by demand and supply? The unemployment is the biggest hindrance of economic growth when the members of the labor force are not working. The economy will lose potential of the real GDP output that each worker could have producing with their time and energy. Basically, we waste the scarce resource of labor and then quickly producing greater output of services and goods. It means our real GDP output is growing slower than it should be, or it can be even contracting altogether. This is why every economy focuses on preventing excessive unemployment. Unemployment can be measured by unemployment rate. This can be calculated by taking the number of workers who cannot find a job and divided by the number of the workers in the labor force. Unemployment rate illustrates the percentage of the labor force who are able and willing to find a work but cannot find a job at the equilibrium wage in the labor market.
Hi, I am Izain Afika bin Kamal Baharin and I will talk about how the unemployment issue in 2020 until now occurs.
How unemployment problems happen in Malaysia during COVID-19 is because of the need to cut and save costs by the company, the need to deduct employee wage or forced to take unpaid leave. For example, Malindo Air, who has ordered its staff to take 2 weeks of unpaid leave and also a 50% salary cut following the COVID-19 epidemic that has affected demand for the airline industry. Lastly is the shutdown or bankruptcy of the company and the limited hiring possibilities for young job seekers. Nevertheless, this is the approach taken by Malaysia to overcome the unemployment problem. First, by using fiscal policy. How? By increased government expenditure and decreased taxes. Second, monetary policy. By introducing an economic stimulus package as well as Bank Negara Malaysia measures. Loosening monetary policy is to manage the country's economy so that the recovery process is smoother. Lastly, direct measures. Regarding Budget 2021, the Finance Minister said a total of 1 billion will be allocated through various government agencies to improve skills and employee retraining programs. Thus, continuous support and guidance from the government and consumers are needed as it will help to ensure the recovery of the country's economy.
Now, let's listen to this poem aimed at those affected by losing their jobs. To live how we want and to do what we please can sometimes be tough and not done with great ease. Life works in many ways, some good and some bad, which stop us in our track and makes us really mad. We can't all get what we want right away, and waiting is needed to show us the way. So learn the lesson now, that some never learn. Waiting patiently will allow you your turn.